What the Study Says.
Welcome back to What the Study Says. I'm Dr. Kai.
And I'm Dr. May. Today we're looking at a pretty provocative question from an article in the New England Journal of Medicine.
And that question is, can you catch obesity from your friends? I mean, is it actually contagious in a social sense?
It sounds a bit unsettling, doesn't it? But this isn't just speculation. We're talking about a massive 32-year analysis.
Right. This is the Framingham Heart Study. They looked at 12,067 people from 1971 to 2003, and they didn't just track their health, they mapped their social networks.
And the headline finding is, frankly, stunning. It really suggests that obesity can spread through social ties.
So it's a core number. What did they find?
Okay, so get this. A person's chances of becoming obese increased by 57% if they had a friend who became obese in that same time period.
57%. That's not a small number. That moves this way beyond just individual diet and exercise.
Exactly, but it gets even more specific. The real kicker is in the closeness of the relationship.
You're talking about mutual friends.
Yeah. Yes. If you and a friend both identified each other as friends, a mutual bond, your risk of becoming obese skyrocketed by 171%.
171%. That is just staggering. It really points to the power of these strong reciprocal relationships.
And it's not just friends. The effect was there in families, too. They saw a 40% increased risk among adult siblings.
And for married couples?
37%. So, the people you share your life with most closely have a clear, measurable impact.
The study also found that this influence has a very specific reach, doesn't it?
It does. These clusters of obese individuals, they could be seen extending out to 3 degrees of separation.
So not just your friend, but your friend's friend.
And even your friend's friend's friend. But, and this is the fascinating part, it just stopped cold at the 4th degree. The ripple effect has a limit.
Right, which brings up a huge question. Is this just because people live near each other? They go to the same restaurants, they share the same environment?
That's what you'd think. But the study design was so clever here. They found the effect was not seen among immediate next-door neighbors.
So geography didn't matter at all?
Not at all. A friend who lived hundreds of miles away had the same amount of influence as a friend who lived down the street. It's about social distance, not physical distance.
Okay, so that leads to the million-dollar question. Is this real influence, what scientists call induction, or is it just that birds of a feather flock together?
Homophily, right. Do people who are already obese just tend to become friends?
Exactly.
Well, because the study tracked people over time, they could see who became obese after their friend did. The evidence strongly points towards induction. It's genuine influence.
And it was directional, wasn't it? The influence was strongest when you considered someone a friend, not the other way around.
Precisely. It suggests the influence stems from esteem. If you admire someone, their change in weight might shift your own perception of what's an acceptable body size. It's a change in norms.
That makes so much more sense than just, copying someone's eating habits. They also ruled out smoking cessation as a cause, which I thought was a nice touch.
It was. They were very thorough. And there was one more little nuance. The effect was a bit stronger in same-sex friendships. Men had a bigger influence on their male friends, and women on their female friends.
So what's the big takeaway for you listening to this? It seems to be that obesity isn't just a personal or clinical issue.
It's a public health issue. It suggests that our health is deeply interconnected and that social norms within a network can either protect you or put you at risk.
Which leads to a really provocative final thought. If negative behaviors like weight gain can spread through a network,
then so can positive ones. You have to wonder if we can harness these same social forces. Could we use social networks to spread healthy habits, like exercise or better diets?
A powerful idea for the future of public health. A really fascinating deep dive.
It really was.
If you found this discussion compelling, please subscribe and, of course, share it with your own social network.